Hey guys, this video is going to be about praying over your food. It's a big deal, guys, especially if you're trying to get devils out of your body. You need to pray over everything that you put in your body, including if you haven't been strong enough to break any medication yet or any drugs or alcohol that you're on, you need to pray over it. But do not pray over it if you are not truly viciously fighting that sin, because God will smite you if you test him and if you try and use the blood of his son as a little getaway with doing sin. You'll be in big trouble. Anyway, pray over all food, guys. Pray over all water, just in your head spiritually ask the Father to make it the blood of the Lamb. Everything you put in your body, make it the blood or body of Jesus Christ spiritually. And it's just on a prayer. You don't do it like the Roman Catholics do it, where they actually make the host the body, and they don't consider it to be symbolic, they consider it to be literal. But when you eat food, it's to be symbolic. It's not to be literal, and it's to be spiritual, not physical. And you really can just thank the Father for it. If you're eating meat, thank the Father for the animals that he created that died for that food. Just thank him for the fact that you can eat, that you have the resources to eat. Let him know that there's people in this world that aren't eating, and that you're grateful that you're eating. And that you want to just show a little reverence, okay? And the devils are coming in on any food that is not holy. And especially junk food with all preservatives and all this garbage in it. You don't even want to eat that stuff. You don't want to eat this junk. And Satan is using it to poison you. He's using it to get into you. And not only that, but while I'm on this video, anyone who's eating out, you do not know who's putting witchcraft over your food. You do not know if someone offered all that food up to idols and did a seance before the night began, or did a seance over all the food in their freezer and offered it up to demon gods. You guys have no idea how serious this is. The devil has his people everywhere, people. Many people who own these big chain restaurants, like right when I got saved, I was still, not really when I was, not when I became a true radical and I learned everything, no. But in the beginning, when I was first starting to walk with Jesus, I would go out to restaurants and I'd be very uncomfortable. And I remember the last one I went to was like maybe 4 months ago, maybe. And it was called P.F. Chang's. And when I went out there, there was a massive horse or something out there. A massive idol, a Trojan horse. And basically, it's idolatry right out in front of the place. And you're sitting down and you're eating in there. And people didn't eat out in the times of Christ. People didn't do this. People didn't trust people to feed them food. It just wasn't what people did, because people did offer food up to idols. And, this is still going on today in a white-collar type, New Age type fashion. They're doing rituals and prayers and Santeria and all this garbage. This is a big problem, guys. If you're a true Christian that's pulled yourself out of the world, you shouldn't even be going to restaurants to eat. It's one thing to go into a pizza place and pray over the food. And yes, if you pray over the food, you'll knock the witchcraft off of it. You'll knock that witchcraft off of it. So if you do go out to these places, pray. But God doesn't really want you going out to these places, I can tell you that much. I feel it in my spirit. It's not of Christ. You should be eating in the household. You should be eating with your family. If you're single and you're really, you shouldn't be with the girl too long without marrying her if you're a true Christian. I mean, this is no joke, guys. If you're dating and you're going out with couples and stuff, odds are the couple you're going out with is not of the devil, is not of God, and you are not to break bread with people that are of the devil. You're not to break bread with them. You're not to be in fellowship with them. If they're seeking Christ, that's one thing. If they want nothing to do with Christ, that's a totally different story. There are many Christians I've met that are not doing the right thing. And they've made so many excuses up in their own head as to what's okay. And they think that they're above the rest, and they may be above the rest. But the closer you get to Christ, the more that it's expected of you. And if you, like I always say, if you don't keep walking on this upward thing, the devil will take you and slam you right back down. Eventually, he's going to get you if you're not constantly growing and growing and growing. Because what's going to happen is, if your faith isn't growing faster than the demons he's invoking on you, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Like, as I do these videos and as I start to expose him more, I have to get closer and closer to Christ. You can't just expose the devil and just be some clown and not be walking righteous. You will be wiped out by the devil if you try that. Try it a little bit and just get one attack from a demon or from a principality, and you'll learn your lesson. But anyway, when you pile stuff in your body that's not of God, that's darkness you're putting into your body. Anything you put in your body that you don't thank God for it, or if God doesn't want you doing it, anything you're putting in and you're not praying for Him to help you to stop putting it in, if it's drugs or alcohol, and diligently fighting it, you have a massive amount of devils in you. You're not thanking the Creator that He's feeding you. And He is the one feeding you. Sometimes I'd be here, and when my fiance still lived here, my ex-fiance, she'd bring food home, and I would thank God for the food before I thanked her for the food. And she'd be like, I'm the one that brought it to you. And I'm going to be like, but you're not the one that created it. And she's not the one that created it. And she's not the one that put the blessing on me to be able to purchase it. You guys got to thank God for everything you put in your body. If you want deliverance and you're not praying over your food, good luck. Good luck. You're not going to get it. You might get some demons out. You're not going to get them all out. When you first start doing deliverance on yourself, all you're going to get in the beginning are the easy ones to come out until you start to walk righteous to get the real ones out. Anyway, there's not much more I have to say about this. I warned you about witchcraft over food in the restaurants. You never know who's feeding you. I warned you about not eating all junk and preservatives and putting drugs in your body unrepentantly. And keep your temple holy. Pray over everything. That's it for this one. Be blessed.